What's going on, brothers and sisters? Back with another prison episode. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to hit the like button, or I'm going to have to force that blade on you. Now, in this episode, I want to talk about the story of O.J. Simpson. Now, before I get on the story, you guys, I'm just recommend you guys just don't go to prison. If you happen to have a 2 to 5 year bid, do that time program if you can. Come home. Get out of there. Because the scary part of prison, you're going to always have to have a blade with you. Because you got extortion in there. Anyways, the story of O.J. Simpson, I thought I would bring this story up because, O.J. will be a prime example. But I was in a disagreement with O.J., sentence guideline. They sentenced O.J. to a 9 to 33 years. Which I looked at, that was kind of like a, one of those, weird guideline sentence that they had. But when O.J. was in High Desert State Prison, there was a riot in the yard. And O.J. being O.J., let me say something to you guys. When you in prison and you get to a certain age where you're not even in your 20s anymore, you see, O.J. was coming to that time. He's not young anymore. When you're in prison, you got to do the best thing you can to survive. So I didn't really blame O.J. what he did. It got to a point that, when that riot happened, S&E and, COs going door to door, questioning people. At this time, O.J., what O.J. did, when everything, had died down later on, you hit the intercom. You tell the CO, man, I need to roll up. Because, in High Desert State Prison, there's not enough program in there. There's not enough classes that you can take in there. So O.J., was in a hole, getting a full classification to go into another facility, which, he went into Lovelock Correction. See, in Lovelock, there's a lot of, programs you can do. They got culinary, you can go to school. You can take these programs, because they have more programs for you. So with the good behavior O.J. had, he was able to do his time the way that, he can do his time. So I want to say, when I was in prison, during the time O.J. was in there, you have to keep in mind when you're in these walls and you're doing a lesser bid and you got a time, you got a date, I want you guys, please take this with a grain of salt. There's always someone in there, they don't want you to come home. because miserable love company, miserable people. And see, they will get you to do something, that would jeopardize your date, your time that you need to come home to your family, to your loved ones. I say this to say this to you. OJ did every bit of his time. And I honor that from a man that, did the best of his time. And it was an honor for me to meet, OJ Simpson at the Lovelock Correction. And this is, the second episode, because my first episode was when they had OJ Simpson on TMZ stealing the cookies from the culinary. I just want to bring this episode, a part 2 of OJ Simpson, because, OJ Simpson, was a prime example. A lot of people really looked up to OJ because he was that, example, that, role model. So like I said, you in prison and you doing a lesser bid, never give someone that date or that time that you coming home. Do your time. And if you can, just make sure you have, good time. That way you can get transferred into another facility. Remember, the goal is to do your time, not to trying to figure out where everybody else is doing, how much time that person have. So you guys, I'm going to be back with another episode. Till then, I'm out. Peace.